Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. Well, it's a beautiful holiday today. Everybody's relaxing, but don't forget, we've still got revival nights out at East Campus tonight. Come and enjoy. I'm continuing to preach on the compassion of the Father. We're going to have a great time, and a lot of you from South, I know you've had a big week, but we didn't get to do revival nights because of Holy Week and construction and everything. So some of you from South, come up and join us this week at East or next week at Main so we can get all of this teaching in the whole congregation. Right now, I want you to go back with me to the book of Luke, chapter 16, beginning with verse 10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? And if you have not been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you property of your own? Now there's a principle I want you to see here. How you handle what belongs to other people is a key to determine what God will entrust you with. Let me say that again. How you handle the assets of other people will determine what God trusts you with. I was sitting with a family one time, and well, I didn't know the family, but there was a family of people sitting on a bus, and we were headed up to Baguio or something. And their child had a ball pen and kept stabbing the seat and putting holes in the seat. And I was sitting here, and they were sitting there, and I looked over and this went on and on and on. I mean, there's no telling how many hundreds of holes he just kept sticking in the vinyl seat. And I looked over at the lady after a while, and I said, "Ma'am, do you ever want to own your own car?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Then don't allow your children to destroy someone else's property." And she looked at me, and I quoted her this passage. I said, "Ma'am, I'm a pastor, and I'm trying to help you prosper. If you allow your children to be destructive of what belongs to other people, you'll never have your own." Now, I want to challenge you. This is the truth about people beginning to prosper, because sometimes when you grow up under the bridge Del Pond, when you grow up on a squatter shack, I mean, we've all been poor. When you grow up like that, you don't know how to take care of things, and you don't teach your children to take care of things. You don't teach your children not to destroy toilets, not to stand on the toilets, but to sit on the toilets, not to slam doors. You don't teach your children to take care of property. Now, if you want your own home, take care of the rented house that you live in. If you want your own vehicle, take care of the public utility vehicles that you ride in. If you want your own home, take care of the house of God, the church where you go to church. And don't let your children throw papers on the floor. Don't let your children destroy the toilets. Learn to teach your children to take care of things. Show them by word and show them by example. This does not belong to us. We should take good care of it. Because if we take good care of what belongs to other people, God will give us things for ourselves. Now that is a principle. If you have not been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you property of your own? If you want a car, take care of everybody else's car you ride in, take care of public utility vehicles. If you want a home, take care of everybody else's property, whether it's a desk that you sit in at work, whether it's a desk you sit in college or a class, whether it's the church, whether it's somebody else's house that you're in a connect group in. Always take good care of what belongs to other people, and God will give you your own.